All right, here are 5 things that'll get you ready for your day. Governor Mills is set to formalize her campaign for re-election today. Sources say she'll make the announcement in a video message, by email, and on social media sometime this morning. The governor is planning to submit her signature petitions to get her name on the ballot later this week. The race is expected to be a fight between Governor Mills and former Republican Governor Paul LePage. He submitted his signatures to get on the ballot last month.
Today, John Williams, the man serving a life sentence in the killing of Somerset County Sheriff's Corporal Eugene Cole back in 2018, will ask the Maine Supreme Court for a new trial. Williams' defense attorney says they're making the request because of information they didn't have access to until after Williams was convicted and sentenced. One of the officers involved in arresting Williams was disciplined for failing to report another officer's physical misconduct towards Williams during his arrest. Williams' attorney says this information would have helped their defense that Williams was pressured to admit he shot and killed Cole.
Today is the last day of hearings on Maine's supplemental budget surplus. Lawmakers have discussed the governor's proposal in different committees over the last week. The governor's plan calls for half of the state's surplus to go back to taxpayers. Some opponents believe the money should go toward permanent tax cuts instead. After the hearings, lawmakers will have to decide whether to recommend the full surplus budget.
A controversial bill could make it harder for police to pull you over. Lawmakers are considering legislation that would ban police from pulling people over for minor offenses. It would make some traffic violations secondary offenses, like having a headlight out or driving with an expired registration or inspection sticker. If the bill becomes law, drivers would still be cited for any traffic violations of that kind, but it can't be the only reason that you get pulled over.
And today is International Women's Day, a day that looks back on the accomplishments of women and the accomplishments that they've made, and also to call for gender equality. There are some ways to celebrate the day in Maine. Governor Mills will take part in a panel discussion about women in leadership at Eastern Maine Community College in Bangor. And this afternoon, restaurant workers in Portland plan to hold a rally to advocate for what's called one fair wage. It would be a full minimum wage for restaurant workers with tips on top. It's an issue they say impacts women more so than men. All right, one more forecast check here, Todd.
Yeah, the sun's going to be out most of the day, but it is going to be pretty windy out there today and a lot cooler than the last couple. We'll have highs in the upper 30s, mid 30s tomorrow. Just a little light snow tomorrow night. It's like an inch or less of accumulation for coastal and southern Maine. It's kind of wet, slushy snow anyway. And then it melts away Thursday with a high temp in the upper 40s. Low 40s on Friday. Bigger storm likely Saturday. I still see a lot of rain with it, but the mountains could get plastered. We'll keep an eye on that and the implications as we get closer.
And the mountains would be happy about that.
Totally will.
Right?
Yeah,
Absolutely.
that wouldn't be a bad thing, actually, but for the rest of us, that doesn't look very pleasant.
Yucky rain and wind.
Yeah, but it's rain. It means we're headed towards spring.
Perhaps.
And changing the clocks means we're headed towards spring.
Perhaps.
Just keep saying it.
I mean,
Just keep saying it.